Hey guys, it's Asha the Rice and Raw, and I really wanted to talk about growing in the face of adversity because that is really the only way to improve in your life and to grow. And I mean, when I say adversity, I'm talking about any sort of stress or something that requires some sort of energy that you don't necessarily want to do. And the thing is that ranges by just the type of person. Some people are more equipped to handle certain situations than others, and that also changes when you become used to whatever the stress or adversity is. And I mean, I'm even talking from small levels, like driving to work in the morning. So say, you drive to work in the morning, or you just drive all the time, it's easy to you. But when you first started, I remember not even putting my foot on the gas pedal, and I was like, this is crazy. So of course you start to get used to things. It is no longer stressful. It all of a sudden becomes second nature to you. So this can be applied to your dietary lifestyle, your fitness lifestyle, success at work, success in your life. Any time you are improving, you are going through some sort of time where it sucks. And again, you might not even realize that it's something that sucks to you anymore because you're used to it already. So there's a driving example. Another example is building muscle. To build muscle, you need to put your body under the stress. You need to put your muscles under that stress, tear them apart, and it sucks. And especially in the beginning, it really sucks. You're like, oh God, this is terrible. But after you start doing it more and more often, it's much easier to you. It's the same with everything, and you can even see your progression through school with your knowledge. Like studying for a test when you were younger was kind of hard. You're learning basic stuff, but after you get that down, you start to understand your patterns and what works for you. Maybe flashcards worked for you, maybe highlighting, maybe taking notes, maybe just reading, maybe doing practice problems. Whatever combination, you start to find out what works for you to succeed. And that is the same thing with the high-carb vegan lifestyle. In the beginning, it's like the stress, it's hard, it's confusing, you don't really know what you're doing. But then you see all of these people who have been doing this for a couple of years now, and it just seems to come naturally to them, and that can be really discouraging. And I know in the beginning, if you watch that video when I first started on this lifestyle, I'll post a link below. I actually just watched some of the footage today again, and it's just so interesting to see just my struggle, and it was so cute. And I think that's also, side note, if you truly love yourself, you can look back on every part of your life and think, wow, I was so cute, I was really trying, like that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I don't script my videos. I just let it all just flow out of my mouth. I know a lot of people like to script their videos. Probably makes a better video, but I think that I actually start to realize things and make the best points when I just talk to the camera. But yes, what I'm trying to say is that it's okay to be struggling. It's okay to have stress in your life. It's okay to deal with things you don't want to do. And it's okay if you are facing adversity. And when I say adversity, it can also be something really intense. Like you grew up in a poor neighborhood, you had a not very good home life, tough childhood, maybe your parents were addicted to something, maybe they fought a lot, maybe they abused you. That's some hardcore stuff, but you can choose to let that crush you, or you can choose to grow from that and to aspire to a life where you will not be abused. You will not have that type of relationship with your partner in the future. You will not go down the same road as someone who was addicted in your life. You can really make that a launching pad. Like, that's not happening. I'm shooting for the stars. And you start to develop skills in that time of your life to cope and to deal with your life. And it's the same thing. You start to see patterns as you're just dealing with small issues, or not even issues, just small things that will help you grow, or big things that will help you grow. I'm just trying to think of other good examples, but the main message is not to be so concerned with, wow, I'm really struggling here as I'm trying to improve, Well, I mean, think of like famous bodybuilders. Like they started from the beginning too. It's not like they were born with muscles. Same thing with athletes. They started not being able to walk, you know. It's about dedicating that time of your life to making the struggle easier. So then the struggle becomes nothing at all. So then the struggle, say you're practicing, say you want to be a tennis star, you're practicing day in and day out. It's a struggle, it's tiring, but after a couple years, you get used to it, you get more efficient with it. You start to realize your patterns and what starts to work for you. And then you become like the Wimbledon champion. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to have days where it sucks and everything you've done today was nothing you would have done if you were just doing whatever you wanted to do. But the thing is, humans love goals. We love working towards things. Otherwise, we don't really have much of a purpose in life. We don't really know what to do with ourselves if we could just hang out all day and eat fruit. You know, honestly, we get boring. We would be trying to do something else. So whatever goal you're working towards, realize that it will take a lot of time and stress and energy, anxiety and all of that. And there is a learning curve with everything. And usually the first couple months or the first couple years is the hardest and is the time when you feel like you won't be that famous athlete or you won't be that CEO of a company. It's very hard to look so far into the future and think, you know, in 20 years, I should be here. Instead, be like, that's something I'm working towards. That is something very obtainable, but allow yourself the time. Don't try to take shortcuts just to get to the end, just to get to being the CEO, just to get to being the athlete. You know, take the journey, and through all of that stress and hardship, you know, whether you're classifying it as hardship in your mind or not, it's helping you grow. And you want to get to the point where your mind is strong enough to realize that this is like a stressful, hard situation or moment in my life, but I am like paying the piper for the future. Like I'm investing now to get what I want. And a lot of people, you know, you can take that in any way, at any degree. Some people don't want to be a professional athlete or a CEO. You know, they might want something else. So of course we don't want all the same things, but we're all working towards something. And I know a lot of people who start on the high carb vegan lifestyle. They see Freely, they see Fully Raw Christina, they see all these people who it just comes so easily to them. They can eat, you know, a vegan pizza now and again. They can go out to restaurants. I go out to restaurants all the time. See that paw? That's Sherlock. He's sleeping up here. And then they think, oh wow, like I want that. I deserve that. I should have that. But people forget or don't even realize like what that person went through to get to where they are now. CEOs of Fortune 500 companies weren't just like, you know, not usually were they just handed, you know, the keys to the kingdom. Athletes don't just become athletes without trying. This is something, you know, you have days where it sucks. Like it really, really sucks. But you take those days and you almost compartmentalize them as investments in what you want, like almost like a savings account. Like you're putting this whole day of really hard work. Say you're working 12 hours today, you're working really hard because you want that promotion. You're doing that, you know, 5 days a week, and that's a lot of hours. Put that into the savings account to get the promotion. I found it really helpful to almost make a game out of life in my mind, in that way where it's like, well, I put 20 minutes into the gym, like I'm going to put that into the savings of being fit and athletic. And I had a smoothie this morning and I ate enough calories for the day. I'm putting that into my savings bank for being healthy. Breathe. I just, it pains me to see people who don't realize that. And they complain. I had such a long day at work. It was like, do you really want that promotion? Or like, you know, I had such a hard workout. Like, I'm so sore. This sucks. Like, I mean, usually people aren't mad that they worked out after they worked out, but then I'll have to do it again tomorrow and the next day. So yeah, you're saving up points, putting them into that savings bank to get what you want. Because every time you experience something that is hard, that is stressful, that is something that you didn't want to do in the first place, put that into a savings bank somewhere to help you get to a certain level, to get to a certain goal that you want. So when you're doing things that you might not necessarily want to do, but you kind of have to, that's a really good way to kind of work through it and get it done and keep a positive attitude about it. And yeah, sometimes you'll be doing something in a stressful situation where you think you're doing really well and you fail at it. And a lot of people are very afraid of failure. When I came onto this lifestyle and I was recovering, I told myself, I'm going to fail plenty. It's okay. There's an unlimited amount of fail time. However, I always pictured in my mind, in a year, I'm not going to have any problems. It doesn't matter how many times I fail, but within a year, I'll be completely 100% fine. I knew that in my mind. I made sure that I believed that. And I set that goal because I knew it was achievable for me. So I failed, and I took those failures, the times when I relapsed, the times when I was not doing very well, I took those times and I said, what can I do the next time this instance comes about? What can I do to prevent this? And I would work on preventing the issue, because it's much easier to prevent something than to deal with it, after it happens. And I know this might sound, all fairy tale, unicorns, clouds. Hey, Joe's home. I know this might sound like all unicorns, clouds, and fluffy rainbow stuff, but it's been the method of how I've helped my mind get to the places I want it to. And it has helped me to manifest the things in my life that I have wanted, and it's helping me to become the woman I want to become. And it's just about reprogramming your mind into thinking in that way, into being okay with things that you don't want to do. And kind of not really a point system that you're keeping track of, but a general sense of, but I did do this. And even though I didn't want to do it, it will benefit me in the future. And if it won't be something I realize the benefit in the future, at least it has helped me start to think along those lines, so then I can build bigger and better things in the future. All right, guys, I hope that helped, and I will see you guys later. Have a happy and healthy day. Bye. And I like that. There's sometimes you will be doing something in the face of